we'd like to welcome you guys to Comicon. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
I'm glad you guys chose to celebrate your 15 years of Starship Troopers here with the Phoenix Comicon. 15 years. Let's give them a round of applause. 15 years. First question goes to both of you. Did you guys ever imagine that this film's success and following would be this large?
No. I don't think we could ever really imagine how big a movie is going to be. You just kind of go into it and, have as much fun as you can and enjoy the experience and the people that you're working with and the location, the exotic locations. And
Casper, Wyoming, Hell's Half Acre, Badlands in South Dakota. Exotic location.
Oh, the best. The best.
Fast Kes Rocks.
That's where we had our little dance before the tent scene.
Yeah, before the 20 minutes.
Before the 20 minutes. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
The dance scene? Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, we enjoyed dancing together.
This is a two-part question. When most movies are made based on books, some of the material or translations get a little fuzzy sometimes.
A little?
Like Dizzy being a man in the book?
Yeah, I don't think the dance would have been as fun.
That's right. That's right.
Well,
now,
surprise.
If any of you have read the book, there's the Starship Troopers book, which is what the movie is based off of.
Robert Heinlein, 1958 or 59.
Yeah.
I love the book. I read it when I was 12.
I read it when I got the movie.
It's really it's a boy book. And also I think a lot of guys in the military read that.
Two things of which I am not.
But a lot of guys would like you to be in the military. In the tent.
Hoorah!
For more than 20 minutes. But they'd take it if they could.
Well, given that both of you have read the book, was there anything that you guys would change in the film that you'd want to keep real to the book?
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I probably would have. But
That's not in the book, yeah.
It's kind of cool that she died, though. I mean, I don't know. It's funny because when I first read the script, and when the whole auditioning process was happening, my agent had suggested that I go out for the part of Carmen. And when I read the script, I don't know, I just kind of gravitated more to the role of Dizzy because I thought she would be a more fun character to play. And I just identified with her more. Plus you get to, play with the guns, play with the guys, and kind of run around and just have a lot more fun than flying a plane. And being like the hot chick that gets the guy in the end. I just felt that playing the underdog and being able to play with the guys with the guns would be more fun for me as an actor.
Very well. Casper?
Yeah, I would have put the Marauder suits in, the jumpsuits. When I read the book, that's what I liked. I thought when reading the script, I thought all of a sudden, wow, I really understood this kind of dark, sick, perverse sense of humor when I was 12. And then I reread the book and I went, oh no, it was the jumpsuits, the power suits. I liked. You could jump, you nuke things. They were just amazing. They were amazing, and that was something that I guess I wanted on the bounce.
That was probably a budget issie.
It was.
It cost a lot of money to do that.
They could either do the bugs or the jumpsuits.
Right. And the bugs were probably pretty much a necessity.
Well, yeah, and the bugs in the book were also, they wore spacesuits and they had helmets and ray guns, and so it was much different. But I love, I like to take a great author and you take a great scriptwriter like Ed Meyer, who also wrote RoboCop, and you get something like Starship Troopers with an incredible director like Paul Verhoeven. So I like the way it turned out, and you get a futuristic Marine like Dizzy right over here. Pretty cool. As it should be.
She was really, really way ahead of her time, even in the future.
Yeah, pretty cool. She was pretty cool chick. Yeah.
So, Dizzy, given that you talked that you really kind of liked that girl who would play with guns, be with the guys, did you have something, perhaps, I don't know, growing up where you find yourself maybe to be a bit of a tomboy or anything like that that helped you choose that role?
Actually, no. I mean, growing up, I was very much a little girl, and we took my dance classes, took my jazz, tap, and ballet, just like young girls like to do, and had little role models, and wanted to be an actress or sing and dance on Broadway. At 5 years old, 6 years old. But I have an older brother and a younger brother who's he's considerably younger than me. So I don't think he really had anything to do with my personality development, if you will. But my older brother played a very big part in my life, and I was very close with his friends, as well as having many male friends growing up. So I think it was just those friendships that kind of influenced me being.
You said you had, surprisingly enough, a lot of male friends.
I have, yes, male friends.
I'm like, Dad, that's not a surprise. The guys are probably like, ooh, I'll be your friend. Ooh, me.
No, actually.
Oh, me. Yeah, it probably was really rough. The guys were like, yeah, no, I don't want to talk to you.
Well, I thought they wanted to be my friend.
They did. How many guys would like to be your friend? Yeah. The guys that didn't raise their hands?
You want to be Casper's friend.
Then you'd still end up wanting to be her friend too.
Well,
but it'd be a different kind of friend.
Yeah.
Was there anything in your childhood, Casper, that inspired you to either become an actor or somehow have a want in this film?
Yeah, I guess a lot of things inspired me to become an actor, but I grew up in a military family. My dad was a Navy commander, served 20 years, then he taught it for 11 years. My grandfather was a Marine Corps, World War I.
And you were like, I'm going into the show business.
Gotta sing, gotta dance. He also did vaudeville, so my
Casper does vaudeville.
I should. And then my other grandfather's a Navy guy too. So yeah, all military except for me, who became the actress, dressing up, wearing makeup.
Actress.
Yeah, we dress up, wear makeup. Come on.
So you were familiar with some of the either terminology that they used in the movie, or you were familiar with the whole uniform, basically the infantry kind of a.
Well, it was a different uniform. We had rubber suits that we wore. We had wetsuits as collars that were so hot.
Which is great when you're in 104-degree weather in Paducah, South Dakota.
Yeah, 8,000 feet above sea level. Oh, everybody's like, yeah. Oh, that was Wyoming. Sorry.
Like a 10-pound rubber vest on top.
Of the canvas velour, whatever uniform underneath that wasn't very flexible. No. It was fun. It wasn't a uniform that you normally. And those Adidas shoes that they had those leather straps around with them those straps on it. I don't.
Do you have those at home? You have so much. You had so much paraphernalia.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
No, I have the toys. I have the toys in the books. I don't have any of the
toys.
uniforms.
I thought you might have the uniform and the boots.
No.
Oh well.
It's fun to watch the other people wear them now.
Yeah.
Now, given that both of you had played and had made some either movies before or currently have made, I believe some of you have made movies for Lifetime, some of you have made other movies. Have you ever wanted to either produce or direct any of those movies or any of your own?
Yeah, I mean, it's you always think about what's next, and because you kind of, I don't know, acting is great, and I love changing characters, and you can change your clothes, change your hair color, you put a wig on, you put whatever, you can become different characters. But then you go, okay, what's next? Well, maybe I do find myself setting up shots in my head when I am working, and I think, I don't know, sometimes I don't know, I hate to say this, but I might have some control issues.
Control issues as in, can you elaborate?
It's a woman. I'm married.
Easy, Casper.
I'm married.
Easy.
Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Happy wife, happy life. Yes, dear. Yes, dear. Hoorah. I mean, this is blue. Yes, dear. You do the argument when you're younger and you're on your friend's couch because you won the argument?
Right. Anyway, so, having the control issues. So yeah, you do think like how you would want us to maybe set up a shot, and but I haven't actually branched out into that field just yet.
Just yet.
But we'll see. Yeah, yet being the operative word. You never know. Yep. You never know what life might throw in your direction.
Good. Casper?
Yeah, what she said.
Which? Smart. Well, last question here, real quick.
Is it nice to see the two of us up here together? Because this is really how it should have ended up, right?
Oh, yeah. Usually that's what they say. You should have gone with Dizzy. What were you thinking?
What were you
well,
thinking?
The director told me.
Well, the script told me.
The writer said, but anyhow, you should have been with Diz.
Here we are. Here we are. And we're glad you guys are here. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you for coming by.
It's our pleasure.
So she looks even better than she did back then. I mean, it's like ridiculous, isn't it?
Gosh,
ridiculous. 15 years? Come on. She's eating something right, doing something right.
Drinking a lot of water.
One last question, and if we can, we do have a microphone here available, and we do have one of our moderators, Becca. She'll be kind of handling that line. So if you guys want to start lining up, I'm going to ask one question here, and we can open up to the floor.
Line them up!
Hoorah!
And with that scream, have you guys ever, or I'm pretty sure you have, but how often are you prompted to kind of use your lines in the movies every time you do go to either one of these events? Do you guys get tired of it? Do you guys get kind of used to just people screaming?
Casper?
Do you want to know more?
Yeah.
I love it. I get guys, especially guys in the military, several times a week probably going, Rico!
Yeah.
Hey guys, or wait a minute, Starship Troopers! Or I get stopped at Disneyland and they'll go, I know you're with your kids, but just gonna tell you, we watch your movie every 3 months on the carrier. And I go, every 3 months or every 3 weeks, sorry, or whatever it is. And I sit there and it's just, there's such enthusiasm behind it, I don't think I could ever get tired.
That's
when
good.
people come up to you like that. And then on Twitter, people are always tweeting us the lines. We're both on Twitter, and these people, they come up and they're just like, they tweet them, and it's fun to retweet them. Like, oh my God, I can't believe it. I have so much fun with it.
Yeah, there was a guy that tweeted yesterday, like a whole paragraph. I mean, it must have, 140 characters.
Yeah, I think he copied down the movie script. He must have the script.
I couldn't even remember the quote. And this guy just kind of rambled off something that he said after I died.
Yeah, Dizzy was my friend. But more than that, she was a citizen of the Federation. I mean, you start going off on these things, and you're like, oh yeah. They come and they do it all the time. How can you get tired of that?
That's right.
Yeah, it's good. It's great.
I mean, I would have been in the wrong business if I was going to get tired of that stuff. You should, I don't know. I love it.
Unfortunately, I never really remember lines. I'm like, I don't know. What did she say? What? That was so long ago. Kill bugs?
What's your malfunction, Rico?
What's your malfunction?
Flip 6-3 hole, Rico.
I'm just glad I got to have you.
Johnny, I'm glad we finally got together.
So I can die now. I can die a happy girl.
Words I'll never forget.
Or do you think we can do it? Right?
20 minutes?
20 minutes?
Yeah. We can do it.
We can.
All right, let's go ahead and open it up to... we're going to be using this microphone over here.
Hi, Casper, you're awesome. Dina, I just wanted to let you know I've had a schoolboy crush on you since Johnny Mnemonic.
Oh, thank you. So sweet. Thank you.
Is there a chip in your brain?
Yeah, sure. But anyway, my question is for both of you. Would you ever consider in the day of age of remakes coming back to have a cameo if they ever did a remake of Starship Troopers?
I heard they are doing a remake of Starship Troopers.
They are, and the writer, I've even spoken to the writer on Twitter.
Oh.
He goes, wait a minute, you're following... Give her 20! Everyone! 1, 2, 3!
All right, we'll take 3.
You have 17 more to go!
I'm 16 years older. I do want to ask, though, you know, it was such a privilege to work on that movie, and I was just curious, what was your fondest experience, if there is one, of working in Hell's Half Acre?
The fondest.
Wow.
God, I mean, we were there for a long time.
How long were you all there for?
We were there for about 4.5 months.
4.5 months there, and then
okay.
that
Just-
dance for...
And then, yeah, I mean, and then we were in like
there for 2 weeks.
2 weeks in Kadoga, and then we were down in Long Beach for about a month.
Yeah, and then Vasquez Rocks for 2 days, and Long Beach for the football game, where she
Well,
waltzed me.
and also all the training we did.
All the
Yeah.
training we did at Casper for 11 days or something like that.
I meant the training boot camp stuff in Long Beach,
Oh yeah, the boot camp.
where you got your whooping.
Yeah, I got the whipped by
You
a
got
big black
tied
man.
up and whipped.
By a big black man.
That big man. He done got his ass whooped.
Yeah, every once in a while, Tio, who was the guy that played Bronsky, he every once in a while, the last 15 years, I'll hear somebody from behind me goes, "Yeah, you really like getting whipped by a big black man, didn't you?"
More than he'll ever know.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. This movie, I mean, you know, I get tweeted by some of the troopers sometimes. I used to get emails from them, but it's so funny to see. There's so many people that worked on that film, and it's a pleasure to see you again. What's your name?
My friends call me Pebble.
What?
Pebble.
Pebble?
Yes.
Where's Bam
Like a
Bam?
tiny little rock?
Where's Bam Bam?
Exactly. Rock, Pebble.
Got it.
Yeah.
Oh, I was
Okay.
thinking Bam Bam Pebbles.
I'll take what I can get.
Who's the mean one?
I'm just trying to think. No, one of the fun. I mean, I think one of the more fun, interesting, memorable moments of Starship Troopers was during the boot camp. Before we started shooting, we were training with Captain Dale Died.
Hoorah!
Hoorah! He was trying to teach us how to be real soldiers
Marines.
and not look like actors pretending to be soldiers, but to really give us that kind of organic soldier military experience. And we were camping. We were supposed to camp out for about 2 weeks in Hell's Half Acre prior to shooting, get acclimated to the altitude and what have you. And it was, I think, the first night that we were sleeping over, and we had to pitch our own tents, like real, like sticks and raincoat things, and what they called hooches, right?
Yeah, hooches.
We had to pitch
Get in your
our own-
hooch.
Get in your hooch. And we were eating MREs, which any military person here will know.
Mostly rat
ready-to-eat
entrails.
meals. And what?
Mostly rat entrails.
Yeah, mostly rat entrails. Really bad. But just to give us that whole
Leftover from Nam. Because Dale Dye had him in his
vacuum
backpack.
sealed, so it was okay. But the first night that we were there, I remember sleeping or trying to sleep on the rocky terrain, and I started to feel shards of what felt like cold glass hitting me in the face. I thought, what the hell is going on? This is weird. And I realized that we were having like a hailstorm, and it was snowing like horizontally into my hooch and pelleting me in the face. And we wound up getting like, I think, 2 feet of snow that night. And we're out there in spring sleeping bags, in the middle of like dark Hell's Half. It's a giant hole in the ground. And yeah, so we wound up having to go back to the hotel. I'm like, I'm out of here. Get me in a warm bed, hot shower, and enough of that.
But she still came every day. We still were doing the boot camp. So.
Yeah, so we were still doing the boot camp, but that was when I said, you know what, I'm done sleeping out here. I'm going to go stay in the hotel. You guys have a nice time.
Well, thank you very much. It's been wonderful memories, and I'll always treasure them. So.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for being a trooper.
I was scared. I got all defensive when he said I was mean.
No, I think it's great that you were mean. That's a real Marine. Drop and give me 20.
I was a
That's not mean, that's loving.
mean.
That's loving. A Marine will make you do 20.
Hello, this is a question for the both of you regarding the state of the modern movie industry. Considering the fact that the both of you starred in just a wonderfully gory movie that had guys getting their arms chopped off and people getting their brains sucked out, and it was just amazing to watch. It really was. Even from a kid, it was just like, oh man, that's so awesome. But, you know, considering the state of the...
As he wears his Iron Maiden shirt.
Yeah!
Yeah!
Mark of the Beast. Anyways, considering, you know, what are your thoughts on the fact that modern filmmakers just don't seem to have the chutzpah, if you will, to make movies like Starship Troopers anymore? You know, for example, this year we had The Hunger Games, a movie all about children murdering each other that didn't actually show any real murder in it. So, what are your thoughts on that, and why we don't see, you know, movies of, you know, more Starship Trooper movies or movies like Starship Troopers? You know, is there any way you
More
could...
blood and gore?
Yeah, just no movies like Starship Troopers.
Because we killed
movies
it.
that were made like the way Paul Verhoeven made them.
Well, Verhoeven's over in Holland right now.
Is there any way you can convince him to come back and make more movies? You know,
They don't want him to right now for some reason.
could you force his kids maybe to make movies again? Because you know,
I love. We love.
I don't
Paul.
have the power to do that. I wish I did.
I think, you know, they had more time and money to spend on Starship Troopers, and cast, except for Dina, relative unknowns at the time, and Michael Ironside in his cameo and in his role too. But I mean, the rest of us were pretty much unknown, and so they could spend an enormous amount of money on that script and take the time, the special effects. It took them like 2 years all told. They started beforehand and shot all the time while we were filming, and then another year till they finished. They don't take that much time with the special effects now. They can crank them out faster.
Unless unless it's something like Avatar, which takes 10 years.
Yeah.
Right?
Another
But how good was that movie?
That was
Jeez,
amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's
No? Really?
Yeah.
Avatar?
we're here for Starship Troopers.
I know, but it was good. It's really great. I loved it.
I did too.
I liked Avatar better when it was called Starship Troopers. That's just me.
Outstanding! You know what to do!
Good afternoon.
Hi.
Going back to Heinlein's original book,
Yeah.
and then the adaptation to the movie, as a kid when you read the book, and then as an actor when you did the movie, and now as an older parent, what are your thoughts on his view of citizenship in the world and how people need to serve and do that kind of stuff? Because it was really a really radical thing that he did at the time. There's more discussion, I think, coming behind me about that. But what are your thoughts on that, and especially how it plays into our current socio-political climate?
I'm going to give that one to you.
Thanks. Service guarantees citizenship. I love it. I thought it was anytime a book gets you to think or challenges you to different opinions or similar opinions or challenges people to debate and discuss, I think is awesome. Having it be made by the people that made this film and changing it up a little bit, and then also adding other elements into it that are satirical and also challenging you to think and challenging you to debate again and challenging people's opinions. We had people saying this was a fascist movie, a pro-fascist movie, an anti-fascist movie, a pro-war film, an anti-war film. We had people from Greenpeace loving it. I've had people say to me that both President Bush loved this film and and President Clinton. And so it seems to either really repel people or really attract people. I think we have a lot of people in here that are attracted to it. And there's other people who wouldn't be caught dead in here because they're like, the hell with that movie. You're killing bugs and it's a pro-war fascist movie. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because sometimes people will come up and just be like, yeah, I didn't get it. Like, how do I respond to that? Okay, yeah. Some people are like, oh my God, it's amazing, and they have all of these things to say about it, all positive and great. And then you got somebody who go, yeah, I don't know, I don't like it. Yeah, it's weird. It's like there are different strokes for different folks, and everybody's opinion on the movie and what they get out of it, how they see it, your interpretation is, that's what makes the world go around and makes it an interesting place.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Hi there. Did you realize when you were making the movie that it was going to be considered a subversive classic?
to Heinlein's text, because I think that's most people's interpretation. I know the AV Club at the Onion has done a lot of work with Starship Troopers. They had you in Chicago reviewing the film about a couple of months, I think it was like a year ago, and it's kind of been seen as a subversive take on Heinlein's text. When you first read the script, had you read the novel beforehand? And if you had, did you think the movie was going to be perceived as subversive to Heinlein's text?
I read the book after I had gotten the script and was cast in the movie.
Okay.
That's so I really didn't have any kind of, I didn't know even who Robert Heinlein was, forgive me. But I was doing my dance lessons and, playing dress up with my girlfriends and playing Barbie. That's what I was doing as a young child, not reading sci-fi novels. So I had no clue. I just read it for the background for the role.
Okay.
Yeah, I was killing bugs when I was a kid. And I was killing them all.
I guess, do you like the fact that the film has kind of achieved greater success, perhaps, in its history than necessarily at the time? Because I know there was, I remember people were saying how the movie wasn't successful, although I disagree with that, but now in the time that it's been out there, that it's more perceived as like a modern classic than necessarily...
You're asking if we're happy with that? I think it would be safe to say that, yeah.
But were you, at the time, were you disappointed that you weren't getting the acclaim that the movie deserved?
Look, for me, when I enter into a film for the character, I read the script. If it's something that looks interesting, that looks like it's going to be fun, something that I'm going to grow from, that's why I go into a film. I love acting. What happens to the film afterwards is out of my hands. And I don't really, look, it's always great to be involved in a successful film, but it's for me, it's about the experience. It's about the actual location and the actors that I get to work with, and the crew and the producers and the director. For me, it's about the overall experience of actually making the film, not so much what happens afterwards. Although of course, if you can choose what's going to happen to the film, you would obviously want it to be a successful film. Having said that, to me, it's about the experience and just the joy of what I do and playing dress up.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go and take a few more questions.
Hello, I got a question for both of you guys. So, I love the movies, but also love music. So, what are your favorite rock bands and musicians? And also, what are the best concerts you guys ever went?
I just saw Florence and the Machine at Jazz Fest. They were amazing. She just is awesome. Yeah, she's. I dig this woman. If I could be a rock star, I'd want to be her. Yeah, so I just saw them and they were great. You?
I love old Van Halen. I went to Ozzy Osbourne. I went to the Ultimate Sin tour, and when I was a kid, and I like a lot of different music, but I guess the concerts I went to were Van Halen, Ozzy Osbourne, Rush.
U2?
U2.
Yeah, I saw U2 back in, '85.
Yeah, one of them.
I went to the Unforgettable Fires
yeah.
concert, which is amazing.
Joshua Tree.
Mm-hmm.
Hello. I'm a really huge fan of your movie. I used to watch it to help me sleep when I was like 4 and stuff.
I could see,
Wait.
I could see how it would put you to sleep.
Starship Troopers.
It used to put you to sleep. Thanks.
And was it because you felt safe and warm?
Warm.
And protected?
Completely bored.
That we were going to be fighting those evil bugs,
Yeah.
protecting you and your land?
But
What are you saying?
Or was it because we were just boring?
no, it would just help me sleep because I liked it. There's lots of colors, blood, people.
Lots of colors.
Lots of color and blood help you sleep. Where are your parents?
And are you in therapy?
But my question is, are you guys still friends with Neil Patrick Harris or any of the original cast?
You know,
I'm friendly with Jake. I talk to Jake a lot. He and his lady are about to have a baby. So that's really cool. Yeah.
His lady was her stand-in
on Starship Troopers. April, yeah.
April.
She's about to pop.
Yeah.
I think like in a month. Yeah. So we're all happy for Jake and April. Who else? You know, Denise and Neil, they're doing their thing. Doing their thing.
I talked to Patrick still. We've done.
We were trying to get him here.
And we were going to try to get him here. He was almost going to come for the panel or something. And I just started talking to Jake again. Not that we weren't talking. It's just we just split away. And
Casper and I are not friends at all.
We're now
we
friends
don't
again.
get along.
But I think the whole thing, we just kind of, like, you know, you do a movie, you become good friends, and then you just go off and do things, and then you go away, and then sometimes you come back and you meet each other, and it's like no time passed. But now it's like, I don't know, it's really awesome to see you again.
Aww.
And
thank you for your time.
And I like Michael Ironside. I still talk to him a lot.
Wait, does the movie still put you to sleep? Wait, it does? It still does? Excellent. I love
put
that.
you to sleep.
I love that.
Starship Troopers, the bedtime story.
You like to?
I have some toys if you want. You can cuddle with them in bed. There's some bugs. I might even have a wounded bug with blood and guts coming out of it. For those cuddly times at night. With your blankie.
Since Starship